Ayo Jay, can we get some? Ayo Jay, can we get some? Ayo Jay, can we get some?
I need all the wins, yeah. Ain't no L's, I gotta get a no call and quits, yeah. Gotta keep on moving no matter how hard it gets, yeah. Better move out the way cause I'm coming with harder hits. My head is as hard as a brick, but I'm harder than all of this. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. My heart on my sleeve, stress, shield my greed. That's how I get it, success ain't no giving. Some days I don't eat, I don't sleep. When I'm focused, I'm dangerous, down wonder when I'm anxious. Ain't no limit till I tank, I'm running on fumes. The opposition don't amaze, the roads racing through the pavement. Get your hands out of my bag, I know that's because I've been in it. I don't need to brag, I guess that's what happens when you taking care of your business. But some family, you do the math. I'm out of my pocket, Houston, we got a problem. I ain't perfect, let them watch me elevating. Got them nauseous, cause I'm the pilot in the cockpit. Nose diving in the house and whoo. Watch out, get ahead, watch out, get ahead, watch out, get ahead. Woo. Watch out, set it up, bet you I shut it down, watch out, get a win. I don't think they really wanna come against the winner, got a finger run up in on a grenade. I ain't never been there when you think you compare, I'm a line, but the one up on the cage. I need all the wins, yeah. Ain't no L's, I gotta get a no call and quits, yeah. Gotta keep on moving no matter how hard it gets, yeah. Better move out the way cause I'm coming with harder hits. My head is as hard as a brick, but I'm harder than all of this. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out.
Ayo Jay,
Run it, I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground then it go off. Yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year. Yeah. I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year. Yeah. I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year. Yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my pen ready. Used to hold myself back, my self-esteem been better. Gotta keep on chugging, ran through everything in front of me. Might smoke bed heavy, got a whole agenda. Can't aspire to get ahead, so bump that, it's no surrender. Got a dollar flipped up, I'm trying to get it an FT to get them when they're hand and crypto. Learn how to fix that. I don't really hold out of books, but I'ma learn how to fix that. Some opportunities and never come unless you paying attention, so no, I can't miss that. Moving, MVP, I got the record, I might have to prove something. Big jumper worthy, they gon' have to retire my jersey early. Whole crew coming, had to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket. Yeah, I did all that. Big plans, partners trying to make profits. Yeah, I did all that. Work, sweat, and tears breaking, even no ends. Yeah, I did all that. Had to make it happen. Putting hours in my practice, I did all that. Yeah, I can't take no loss. Yeah, I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. Yeah, I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year. Yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my big dog, walking big talk, young veteran, living legend, bet I'm better than them. This is my ship, I'm a jacket like Letterman, y'all better not let them in. They gon' rotate this, so I keep the pedaling, started a chain. The cycle is heaven sent, this is from God, but I'm not your reverend, not in the pulpit. I'm a pit bull in this element, yeah. Said you gon' pull up, then settle it, yeah. I've been married to this hustle, this is my ring, watch out, step in it, yeah. And I ain't even got a yard, but I'ma get it here. Watch out, touchdown, pulling plans out the clutch. Everybody getting crushed, the cut down is for us now. Have to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket. Yeah, I did all that. Big plans, partners trying to make profits. Yeah, I did all that. Work, sweat, and tears breaking, even no ends. Yeah, I did all that. Had to make it happen. Putting hours in my practice, I did all that. Yeah, I can't take no loss. Yeah, I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. Yeah, I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah. I really feel it's my time, think it's my. Yeah. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the roll, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command, like, yeah, you about to see me on demand, like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the roll, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on the roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the roll, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on the roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go. On a roll, here we go, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What is going on, CandleMafia? I apologize for jumping up here a little bit late, guys. I was searching for some Tylenol. My head is throbbing, but I feel fine. It's just the head is annoying. It hurts. I don't know, but hopefully that kicks in about 20 minutes into the stream. But guys, not only is my head pumping, but so is Bitcoin. As we got that move to that 45K level. Now, if you guys have been watching the live streams for the past few days, you will know that this was a key level that we were potentially waiting to come up and touch for very specific reasons. We will go over those on tonight's live stream. But guys, we're seeing some things play out. Are we going to finally see price come up to these higher levels? You guys know we have some very strong resistance above where we may be looking for some short positions. But you guys also know we've been looking at that fake out on the daily money flow, which could potentially give us a bigger move to the upside, breaking that yearly level and potentially hitting some of the higher targets, which we are going to be covering on today's live stream. So don't forget to smash that like button. Every 100 likes we get, you guys get a spin on the wheel of pain and pleasure, which we will spin on Friday's live stream or tomorrow's live stream. If we get 550 likes on tonight's live stream, guys, we will be giving away and adding 5 Frankie Candles hats to the giveaway. Shout out to Beth Up. What is going on? Beth Up said, Mr. Candles. I thought you were saying Mrs. Candles, like Mrs. Candles was in chat. I was like, oh my God, she's here, guys. She went away. When Mrs. Candles is away, the CandleMafia plays, and I thought Beth Up was just letting us know Mrs. Candles is here. But anyway, guys, not that we wouldn't want Mrs. Candles here in case she's lurking in the chat. Not that we wouldn't want you here, Mrs. Candles. If you are watching, we would want you here. But I don't know. I thought Beth Up was giving me a little code there. But guys, again, don't forget to smash that like button. And with all that being said, let's go ahead and say what's up to the Mafia. And then jump into this saucy price action as we finally got a little bit of a move here, guys. It's been kind of boring price action on Bitcoin for a while, but finally we're seeing this move. Let's see who we got in the chat. Shout out to Swashbuckling Scallywag. What is going on? Saying what's up to Crimson Caravan Company. Shout out to Hotto Crypto. We got Wick's wife, Fine89, said, let's see, Mrs. Candles is the perpetual lurker. Oh my God, guys, Mrs. Candles is in the chat. No way. What are the chances of that? Wait, hold up. Was Beft Up actually warning me? She is here. Yes. Yo, shout out to Beft Up. And moreover, shout out to Mrs. Candles. Hey, Mrs. Candles, you saw we were talking good about you. I didn't know you were here. But shout out to Mrs. Candles, guys. I got to be on my best behavior. Mrs. Candles is always watching. But shout out to you, Mrs. Candles. And hey, tell the fam in New York I said what's up. But guys, shout out to Mrs. Candles. Wow, she actually popped up in chat. That's actually wild. But let's see here. We got Wayne C in the chat. We got Origin Trader. What is going on? Look at the Mrs. Candles hands in the chat. Drop those MCHs in the chat. Mrs. Candles hands. If you support Mrs. Candles, she says, Mrs. Candles says, nice new hat. Hey, Mrs. Candles, thank you very much. Hey, I gotta keep the mood up a little bit while you're gone. You know, it's so sad here when you're gone, and like it's really hard to enjoy myself and have fun or like even party. Like I could never do anything like that while you were gone. So I had to get a new Frankie Candles hat color just to make myself feel a little bit better. But shout out to Chemistry Bro, guys. We got Chembro in the chat. We got B-Rad Crypto. What is going on? We got Crypto Wanderer. I almost said Wandeer. What is going on? Thank you for tuning in. We got Luke. Guys, don't forget our mods. We got Rob the Crypto Snob. We already shouted out Chembro. We got Tyler Durden, Chemistry. I said Chembro 3 times. Chembro, this is your show tonight. But we got Tyler Durden, D. Petty Crypto, Crypto A&on, Crypto Billy. You guys know who they are. Show them some love in the chat. And with all that being said, let's go ahead. Shout out to Mike Vito, my paisan. He says, tell her to head to, tell her to bring home some cannolis. Absolutely. Hey, Vito, I'll have her bring down some cannolis. And I don't know if you're actually in New York or where you're at, but if you're not somewhere where you can get fire cannolis, I'll go ahead and send some to you. Send that address. But guys, with all that being said, shout out to 12 Big, Wayne C. We got Leon in the chat. Choking over my words here. We got Jay Gilly. What is going on, guys? Thank you all so much for being here. He's in Savannah. Oh man, you're not that far away from us. I mean, I guess you're not really that close either, but you're right around the corner here. So maybe we'll drop off some cannolis to you, Vito, because it's hard to get a good cannoli down here in the ATL. But with all that being said, guys, we got Bitcoin on the move. So let's go ahead and jump on into the charts and try to figure out if Frankie Candles can help hold that candle and light the way for the mafia. Try to figure out where Bitcoin's going. Let's get into it. So here we are, guys, on the Bitcoin chart. Let me turn off these indicators. And as you guys know, I don't like coming up here and being like, hey, look, we saw what we were looking for play out. But we are in one of those situations where we did indeed see that happen. This is the weekly level. Now, let me go ahead and I'm going to start off here on the higher time frames, guys, because we do have some potential things popping up that could indicate that daily money flow coming out could give us a fake out. I am still being a little bit cautious. It's a little bit hard to kind of nail down whether or not we are going to get that fake out, but this is definitely a good start. But if you guys watch the show, I really, real quickly, let me just bring up the TA here. If you guys watch the show, you will know we were kind of stuck within this range. We were also looking at this as somewhat of a more local range like this. But we were essentially looking for a potential move from this area of consolidation, looking for that break up to that value area high, which is one of the big reasons why I have not closed my long position that we were showing last night on the live stream. I can pull this up, and I actually just learned today, guys. I was rewatching one of the streams with Tony D, and I realized that I've been showing this trade on BingX, and I don't know how many times I've shown this trade, and the actual P&L has been behind my face. So let me go ahead and actually, I guess it shows up here as well, but let me actually pull that up here. So here we are, not too big of a position. We're up about 268%, about $1,800. Entry price at about $40K, $39,982 to be exact. But one of the big reasons, guys, I was continuing to hold this trade was simply put because I entered it down here expecting price to come above that value area low, push up to the POC, and eventually see that value area high get tapped. And the fact that we had not hit that value area high as we were consolidating down here, which you could have actually argued was a bullish pennant or, symmetrical triangle. You could have argued that, but as we were bing-bonging around here, the reason I was holding onto that trade was because we know that once you hold that value area low as support, the next likely spot for Bitcoin to go is simply put the POC, and then usually that POC acts as a magnet, and this is a pretty perfect example, guys. If you're just learning how to use the volume profiles, this is why we use them, guys. It is like It's funny. It's like the literal topic of all of my streams, guys. But the reason for that is because they work. And we don't just talk about it. We actually show the trades and show you guys that we're actually doing this, right? We do it in the premium Discord. We give you guys all the sauce on the live streams. And time again, whether we're looking at a local range or even a more macro range, more often than not, and if you tune in, you'll know this, you go from the value area low to the POC and eventually to the value area high. Just like right down here, we look for longs as you're below the range. You expect to come in above the value area low to the POC and to the high. And specifically on this range, guys, you can see the POC does indeed act as a magnet here, right? Like, look at this. You go right up to the POC, and then you cling to that POC like a magnet, and then again, you are expecting that final target of the value area high. And not only did we have the value area high here, guys, but we were also looking at the heat map. And I want to be clear. I bring this up for a very specific reason, guys, because the goal of this YouTube channel is to teach you guys how to predict where price is going to go before it actually moves, so you can make some of those sweet, sweet bagels, or you can collect the baguettes, as I like to say, and make some of that money while you are trading Bitcoin, whether the price is going up or down. And the volume profiles literally help us do that to like give us an unfair advantage. And hopefully, I said this last night, hopefully as you guys tune in and watch these streams time and time again, you see this stuff play out. But I want you guys to understand that we are not just simply guessing. And I was talking to the premium Discord about this today. We are not just guessing where we think price is going to go. Now, we're not always going to get it 100% correct, but there are very specific reasons why we were expecting that move up, because we know the value area high is going to act as a magnet, on top of the fact that if you look at the liquidation heat maps and we pull up the 1 month time frame here, you can see that we indeed did have that the actual liquidity sitting above here at about $44,000, making it very, very likely for price to come up, because we know this liquidity acts as a magnet, right? We know those high liquidation levels act as a magnet for price, just like the volume profile levels. So there was more than one reason to expect to revisit these highs and crack through this level. It's the heat map let us know that the liquidity was sitting up there. We also had the value area high that we had not hit already. We know that is a likely place for price to go. And on top of that, we also had some very, very key levels of resistance above. Now, before I break down this local price action a little bit more, I want to come up to the higher time frames, because this is also a big part of the analysis, right? And if we take a look here at the weekly time frame, let me go ahead and hide that volume profile. We'll pull up Market Cipher B, and you guys can see here that we are now printing that green dot on the weekly. And if you remember back to the beginning of the week, we were looking at this and talking about this green dot potentially printing and what we would be expecting if it wound up confirming. Now, this is not going to confirm probably. If it is going to confirm, it's not going to confirm for another 3 days and 2 hours, but what would I be expecting if this green dot does confirm and it gives us a bigger move to the upside? Well, we have some very, very key levels of resistance above, starting with, obviously, we have the value area high of the macro range, which we've already tapped. However, if we pull up that buy bit chart, you can see here, guys, we do have these two very, very key levels to the upside. Number one, simply put, we have this weekly level right up here at I almost said $5,776. But we have the weekly level sitting here at $50,776. And just above that, we also have the $54,439 value area high from the buy bit range here. So these are definitely, if we do continue up, these are the next major key levels to the upside. These are not minor targets. These are the or major targets that I have to the upside. Obviously, we have some local resistance up here that we can still reject. And I want to talk about that, right? Because we know that the daily was looking extremely bearish. And to be quite honest with you, it still isn't at the point where I am willing to completely flip to a totally bullish bias. Now, we've been talking about major things we've been talking about is this money flow, right? Market Cipher B clearly giving us a strong pull to the downside on money flow as we faked out into the red here. We are now back in the green. However, it is not just the money flow that was making us bearish on the daily, guys. It was also the fact that we had the daily bearish divergence into a key level of resistance being this POC, or if you're looking at the Bitstamp chart, it was simply the same level, but it was your value area high essentially. But when you put these daily bear divs in at a very key level of resistance like this, with money flow coming out, especially on a high time frame like the daily, it is oftentimes a very bearish sign. However, you guys also know we were talking about how there is somewhat of a good possibility that we may be able to get a fake out on this money flow. And the reason we've been looking at that, guys, is because typically when you are in a big uptrend on the higher time frames, sometimes most of the time you will spend more time in the green with your money flow than the red, right? When you're looking at a bear market, typically you spend more time in the red than the green, right? If you start from this high of the bear market and you look to the right, you spend much more time in the money flow with the money flow in the red than the green, right? We were basically in the red the whole time, other than this little peak to the upside, this little peak to the upside. But other than that, we've basically been living in the red with the money flow, right? But in the strong bullish trends, we see the opposite happen, right? If you look back here to the previous bear market right before the halving and the bull run, or during the halving and the bull run, you can see here, guys, clearly we spend much more time in the green than the red, right? We're basically in the green this entire time. And if you measure this, we were essentially in the green for over a year, right? Before, without almost ever coming into the red. So we have to be careful, because if we are somewhere close within this area of the cycle, guys, we could potentially expect to get a little bit of a fake out on the money flow here and see us continue to the upside. Now, for me to kind of really assume that this is going to be a fake out into the red with money flow, I would love to see, right, because we have to be careful. You could easily have this come up and give you a lower high, and then you could come back down into that deeper red wave, and we could get that correction that you would expect when you typically see money flow on the daily look like this with strong bearish divergences into a key level of resistance. But what I will be looking for is essentially cracking this downtrend, right? So you can draw trend lines on your money flow just like you do on your candlesticks. So for me, really, until we crack this high right here on the money flow, or this high right here on the money flow, really once we crack this first high here, this is where we could start to think like, hey, maybe we are just going to come back up into a bigger green wave. And, again, just to kind of show you guys when this has happened in the past, very similar to what happened right here. And if we bring up price again, this was like just after the 2020 capitulation. And then we came back up. You could see we did wind up getting a little bit of a fake out into the red, and then we just came into a bigger green wave, which resulted in more upside. So we have to be careful as we start to change from that brutal bear market that we just went through into a potential bullish mark, or it depends on how you define the bull market, guys. It's either, for me, when I typically talk about the bull market, I'm referring to the bull market in context of the 4-year cycle. So typically when I'm referring to the bull market, I'm kind of mentioning like after the halving, right? But that's not everyone's definition of a bull market. You could just basically, talk about a bull market being when your macro market structure turns bullish, right? Which we are in right now. So, you could consider this a bull market. It really depends on your definition, right? But when I mention it, I typically am mentioning after the halving. But we are in a very similar area of the market, guys. We had the top of the bull market up here in 2017, bottom of the bear market in 2018, fake out bear market rally into the macro golden pocket, and then you get that cool off black swan event, and then the halving and the bull run. And here we are with the top of the market in 2021 coming in right here, bottom of the bear market right here, fake out bear market rally into the macro golden pocket. And the question is, are we going to crack this high, or are we going to see exactly what we saw happen back here, where we kind of come down a little bit and correct before the halving and the next bull run? And the simple answer to the question, guys, is we don't know, right? Nobody knows. And I want to be clear about that. Nobody knows what's going to happen, but we prepare ourselves in either direction so we can make money whether we're going up or down. Obviously, that is the point of this YouTube channel. But as we continue on here, I do just want to say, we have to be careful of this fake out. And obviously, this was the next level we were looking to come up to. Let me go ahead and actually pull up the TA here, and let me unhide some of this stuff. Bada boom, bada bing. And then we'll just go ahead and unhide all this. So you guys know, let me pull this range. Boom. And as you guys know, let me hide this range as well. Turn off the macro volume profile, a little bada boom, bada bing. Okay, so there we go, guys. And let me go ahead and hide this. Now, these are the next key levels to the upside. We came up into this first purple box, which was where I was looking for the first short position. We simply did not get the confirmations, and I let everybody know in the premium Discord, hey guys, we came up to the purple box. I am not seeing the swing failure pattern. I am not seeing bearish confirmations to go short at the value area high. On top of just like, hey guys, look where we got to. We were looking for 45K, and if you saw the thumbnail on the stream the other day, it was like 45K incoming, question mark. It's not that we knew 100% that we were going to get up there, but we knew that if we were, we knew there was a high probability of it happening, right? We could be wrong, but in this case, there was a high probability of coming up here. We did not get the confirmations to go short here, so I let them know, hey, I am not taking this short. I just don't have the confirmations here. It does look like we can get up to that next level, and then we woke up and we simply got up to our next level, which is right here sitting at the golden pocket, and these are levels that we talk about on the live stream every single day. What is going on with TradingView? What is going on? Why does this happen to me every single time? Unbelievable. Well, guys, here... I was just going to go into like a Bing X thing. All right, let's see. What is going on? Flight Vision, thank you for being here. What is going on, brother? Let's see. Eric Bonici in the chat. Thesis, what is going on, bro? We got that Godfather in chat as well. He said, will there be a dump before the halving? That is the question. Are we going to get that pre-halving dump? And we're going to talk about that today. But as we continue on here, guys, we know past few streams, we've been looking at this golden pocket being that next key level. And remember, as the daily looks a little bit bearish, or I should say, it really looked very bearish, right? Unless we get this fake out on the daily with the money flow coming all the way back up into the green, this looks pretty bearish, right? We just have to closely monitor this money flow crossover to see kind of how high we come up. However, my hypothesis is basically, hey, well, if this is going to be a strong high, if these daily bearish divergences are going to give us a big move to the downside as our money flow is in agreement with it, and we are going to see a bigger downtrend occur, what could we expect? Well, simply put, what we would expect is a lackluster pump to the upside into some very key levels of resistance before putting in a macro lower high and then continuing back to the downside, breaking the previous lows and coming down to some lower prices where we have talked about these levels down here quite a bit. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to talk about them today. Simply put, because we are just in a, we're in a pump, right? We don't have to look at these lower levels right this minute. But that is kind of the thesis, right? Because shout out to Thesis himself. I did see him in there. What did he say? Hang on. Thesis says, Frankie knows the shout out to Thesis says, Frankie knows the future, and he's hiding from us. He's hiding it from us. Shout out to Thesis himself. And I love the way he spelled future. But anyway, guys, that's a SpongeBob reference if anybody caught it. But, are we going to see this bearish divergence? If we are going to see this play out as you would expect, we would expect this to be a lackluster pump to the upside into these key levels, which is simply going to be the golden pocket and the 786. Obviously, we have quite a few other levels in there as well, and we will talk about those. But the golden pocket and the 786 are basically going to be, let me go ahead and hide these lines just to make it a little bit easier to see. This golden pocket 786 retracement is oftentimes where you will see that lower high come in, where you push up into these levels. You'll either reject the golden pocket or come up and test that 786 for a retracement, put in your lower high, and then continue the macro downtrend. And in my opinion, although we are getting a pump, this is not just automatically like turn us perma bullish, but because we were expecting this level, right? We were just expecting this to be a potential lower high. Now, I am not in any short positions just yet because we are not just waiting to come up to these levels and blindly getting into short positions, guys. We have to analyze the actual price action at these key levels to see if there is an actual trade set up to be taken. So, and that's kind of, like you come up here, this was our next key level of resistance, but we didn't short it, right? Because as we analyzed the price action, there was no reason to go short here. There's no way to guarantee that you're going to reject from a level. You could surely say it's going to be likely, very similar to this macro golden pocket. We thought it would be very likely to reject this level based off many factors, and we got the rejection, right? But there was no way to know for 100% that was going to happen. So, same theory, or kind of same thesis, I should say, or same technique, is you have to analyze the price action. Didn't get the short setup. We're now sitting at the golden pocket, and I will be honest, guys, right now, this is going to be a bit of a tricky situation, and I'll tell you exactly why. Because if we take a look here at our local volume profile from up here, we are kind of playing with a dangerous level here, because not only are we testing the golden pocket, which is where you could assume that your lower high would come in potentially to get a bigger move down, we are also tapping on this previous value area low sitting at $45,442. And the reason this is very interesting, or kind of, to be quite honest, it's a little bit of a short, this is why analyzing the price action at the key levels, guys, is absolutely key, right? It is the most important thing because we can't just you could come up to a very strong level of resistance, and if the short setup does not present itself, like here's the thing, right? We knew this was strong resistance. We rejected it many times. We have the weekly level, the buy bit POC, and the value area high. But if we were to blindly just set a limit order here and say this is strong resistance, let's short it. Look what would have happened, right? Whether you shorted the value area high or not, you would have gotten absolutely stopped out, right, or wrecked, depending on how you handle your risk management. But we simply did not. You have to analyze these levels when you get there. And as we are sitting up here, guys, this value area low makes it a very, very difficult trade to take if you are looking for a short. Because although we could reject this golden pocket, as it was our target and next major level of resistance, other than this value area high weekly level, we are kind of dancing around with this previous value area, right? Because if we're able to hop above this level and hold it as support, we would expect price to fill the rest of the range up to the value area high, which sits at about $47,000. Now, the next two key levels to the and that's kind of why it's hard, right? Because are you looking for the short here, or should you be looking for higher prices? And you have to go down to the lower time frames and analyze the actual price action. So right now, we are starting to reject the value area low, but we have to watch very closely because as soon as you reclaim this, it is likely going to give you a bigger move up where we know we have another very key level of resistance. And to be quite frank with you, no pun intended, this is kind of the saucier level in my opinion anyway, because we have a weekly naked point of control as well as a time point of control sitting here at $46,000 even, and it is also that psychological $46,000 level that everybody likes to set their limit orders at to either take profit or what have you. Likely a lot of limit orders are sitting at that nice psychological level. So this is kind of the next major key level to the upside and where I would be willing to look for shorts. But again, as of right now, just to be completely transparent with you guys, I will just show all the trades right now. We already took a look at the Bing X trade here, up 268%. And then I am also still in my Matic long, which is continuing to pay us out, up 78%, up $3,190, almost $3,200, $40,000 position. And then I am also holding this swing long on Bitcoin, which I've been holding for quite some time. I show this all the time. I'm just really holding this because we have a nice entry here at about 26.8, and we're just going to see how long we can hold this for. I already have $3,000 locked in profit, 1,100 unrealized, up 686%. Have barely any margin left in here, but these trades are absolutely slapping right now. I am actually also in another long on another account. I'm not logged in here, but I am holding all long positions right now. I am not short on anything, but that doesn't mean we can't come down. But I just want to be very transparent. I know a lot of people probably tune into this live stream and say, hey, we smashed through the first level of resistance. We're hitting that next key level Frankie talked about. He was talking about 45K incoming. We're here. Should we take the short? And I'm not here to tell you to take trades or not take trades, but what I'm here to do is tell you what I'm doing. So hopefully it can help you learn and understand how I look at the charts to get into these profitable trades so you can eventually absorb all the sauce with your Italian sponge and become a profitable trader yourself. And just to be completely transparent, I am in no short trades as of right now. Now, this could change by the end of the night. If we shoot up to 46K and we get bearish confirmations, that kind of sentiment may change, but I am a level-to-level trader, and yes, I will flip from bullish to bearish and then back to bullish and then back to bearish all in 5 minutes, and that is the game of being a trader, and that's how we're able to make money when price goes up and down. So we are at that next target. We got that crystal ball. We broke it out for the Mafia. We are sitting here, but I am watching very closely for potential short setups. We have our 30-minute money flow or 24-minute money flow starting to roll off here. 30-minute money flow also starting to curve out. Not too much to take away from this. It's not really drastically coming out, but you guys know as your even your 15-minute money flow is kind of wonked out here. Nice little trigger wave. Not in a short position. I will take it if the setup presents itself, but at this point, I would potentially expect, if we don't get any short confirmation soon, once we flip that value area low, the next major targets to the upside are simply going to be 46K, and then your 786 coming in at almost 47K, and let me pop up Exo charts really quickly because we actually do have some naked, it is a naked daily point of control, I believe, sitting closer to $48,000 as well, in the high 47,000s. So once this loads up, let me go ahead and see if I can pull up these actual MPOCs. And then I will actually mark it out. I believe one of these lines would be marking that out. But while this Exo Charts loads, let me go ahead and jump into chat real quick. Shout out to I'm My Hero said, for sure, the crazier they are, the better they are. Okay. Shout out to I'm My Hero. Glad I read ahead a little bit in my head there. I'm not going to say that out loud, but shout out to I'm My Hero. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Shout out to Mr. Swipe, said go long. Chinese New Year could get us to 50K minimum, and we will be talking about those higher targets in just a second, guys. Did somebody say naked? Shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob. But if you guys see here on Exo Charts, not only do we have that $46,000 NPOC, which again, and let me just kind of clear up some of these levels so it's not confusing to you, but you can see here, simply put, and let me actually hide this range as well, right? I think we're all aware of this range. We have now broken out of it, but let me go ahead and actually hide this real quick, just so we don't. I don't want the chart to look too messy for everybody, because I know it can kind of get overwhelming a little bit if you see all these levels. You're like, what should I actually be looking at? But simply put, guys, I'm looking at this as a golden pocket 786 retracement with the 46K MPOC, which is right here. We're getting very close to it, as well as this next naked point of control up here, closer to about $47,850. So let me actually come back here and mark this out for you guys. So 47,000, where are we at? Right here, 47,800. So in my opinion, this could potentially be another major target, right? So major target number one, if we break this value area low, and remember the context of the volume profile, guys, because again, when in doubt, just pay attention to the profiles, but you simply cannot ignore the intermediary levels in between, right? So if you're looking at this volume profile, let's zoom in a bit, just so we can actually see, right? Value area low, let me move this back to where it was so we can get that value area low to match up. Bada boom. Bada bing. Actually, I think it was because we pulled it on a higher time frame, why it was down there. But once we get above this zone here, guys, the next likely place for price to go based off the volume profile would be the POC of the range, sitting right here at about $46,300. And then the value area high is sitting up here at 47.2. But you can't just pay attention to those levels. You have to keep in mind the fib levels and the naked points of control. So if we get above that value area low, I would expect some kind of resistance on this naked point of control. I will be looking for shorts. Now, the reason it gets very, very tricky up here, guys, is because I don't necessarily like to short or long when we are in the middle of a range, right? I would much rather wait to come up to the value area high, or or depending on where price is, I would rather look for longs at the value area low. And if we pull that volume profile back up, it is very hard if we come up to this 46K MPOC to take a short. If I were to take a short here, we would have to be looking to potentially lock in some profits back down at the value area low, which is not that far away. So it is a very, very hard trade to take. So in my opinion, for a long position, right, if you are not in a long position, what I would be looking for is you could potentially look for the flip of this value area low to support in order to fill that range. Do you see why this is a little bit conflicting? Because we have these key levels of resistance. However, you don't want to be shorting into this level and then just pull back into the value area low of the range before coming up to the POC and the value area high. So it is a very, very... It's a little bit sketchy, right? Now, if you weren't looking at the volume profiles, you would simply just be looking at the golden pocket naked points of control. It makes it a little bit a little bit easier to take the trade because you're not looking at that support sitting just below you. But you have to be aware of all this stuff, guys. This is why I try to break this trading down as simply as possible for everybody. But sometimes you just get into situations like this where the trades are a little bit dicey, right? But that does not stop us from taking the profitable trades. But you just have to be very careful. Hit me with a hashtag value if you guys understand what I am talking about, right? A little bit sketchy to take the short, and you have these key naked points of control, but you have to understand the context of where price is, which would be looking at these volume profiles. So, again, simply put, $46,000 is the next major level to the upside. Other than that, the daily naked point of control at 47.8, and then obviously keeping an eye on that volume profile. Now, let's talk about, there's those hashtag values in the chat. Shout out to Jay Gilly, Hodl Crypto, Crypto Wanderer, Servando Estrada, let's go. John Vucci, Swashbuckle Scallywag, let's get it. Jay Gilly says, I'm too lazy to find the emoji. Well, hey, Jay Gilly, that chat just counts anyway. So shout out to you, bro. So yeah, we got to be careful of these levels, guys. Sometimes we're in a simple situation where it's like, hey, guys, above us, if we break out of the range, we got one key level to look at, and those are nice to see, right? That's a nice time to have while you're trading. However, sometimes you're in a big resistance zone like like this, which kind of gives you a little bit of uncertainty. But like I said, we are paying attention to the confirmations at the key levels, right? So if we come up here, chances are, right, like let's understand this. Chances are, if you wind up coming up here, if you wind up flipping this value area low, right, and you're going to wind up filling the rest of the range, you're probably not going to get crazy bearish signals at the POC, at the NPOC here, right? You're probably going to look at that level and assess the price action and say, hey, I'm not really seeing the confirmations here. I'm not going to take the short. And then more often than not, you'll be like, hey, good thing I didn't take the short because we came up to the POC and the value area high as we would expect, right? So that's the beauty of the volume profiles, right? So, those are the key levels I am looking at to the upside locally and kind of the next steps. Tomorrow, could we be at 46K? Definitely a possibility. And then also, if we come up here to the higher daily time frames, you could see your 3-day trigger wave was another thing that we were looking at recently, expecting a potential move up. I actually think maybe Tony D could find this clip. Don't go crazy looking for it or anything. But, I'm pretty sure I was literally talking about at this level, like, hey, guys, if that 3-day green dot winds up printing and we have that daily green dot as well, that could easily push us up to our next key level, which is the golden pocket, which is literally where we are sitting right now. So in the long term, guys, 4-day green dot also confirmed, 5-day green dot printing, 6-day green dot printing, and that weekly printing as well. This could potentially make us come up, and as long as we can get above that daily naked point of control at 47.8, that is, I'll be honest, first sign of real strength that I am looking at. I mean, number one, we've already seen a sign of strength here, but if we get above that value area low and hold it as support, that is where I'm saying, hey, much more likely to come up to higher prices, in my opinion, right? So we're really battling this level here. Now, moving on, if we do wind up getting all these things we just looked at, the green dots on the higher daily time frames to give us a bigger move up, what we are going to be doing is simply zooming out and looking at the more macro levels, which are simply put going to be, let me go ahead and hide some of the more local levels. The next key levels to the upside, guys, are going to be, like I just said, on the buy bit chart, right? If you come up to the buy bit chart, we have the value area from the bull market. And the next key level is going to be this weekly level. This is if we break the yearly high at 49K, $50,776. I'll give you guys a second to mark that on your charts. Let's see. Shout out to Crypto Crabman said, Mafia, relax. Frankie's on it. Shout out to the Crypto Crabman. I don't know what I'm on yet. I am definitely on that Aztecian Cactus Moss Water. I will say that, guys. Our number one sponsor, Aztecian Cactus Moss Water. Definitely not an energy drink. Definitely not. Some people say it reminds them. They say it looks similar to a Celsius can or something. I don't know what they're talking about. But let's see. Yo, I'm My Hero said you're on albuterol. No way. Somebody ban On My Hero. I'm just kidding. If you ban On My Hero, I'll hate you forever. We love On My Hero. But when you make jokes that good On My Hero, it's criminal. Shout out to you, bro. You guys are funny, man. Let's see. Seth said, Celsius. I don't know what that is. Lower high Sunday or Monday morning. And again, could be. Definitely could be. But the next key targets to the upside, if we break those yearly highs, like I said, guys, this game is not about trying to figure out where price goes and then just hoping it gets there. It doesn't matter. Everyone always asks me, do you think Bitcoin's going up or down? And obviously, we can look at the charts and find the probabilities, but people ask me, Frankie, what do you think is going to happen to price, right? This usually happens in my personal life when people ask me in real life. They say, do you think we're pumping or dumping? I'm like, I don't care. Because if we dump, I'm making money. If we pump, I'm also making money. So, it's not about just saying, hey, we're going up, right? Like a lot of people just try to take that gamble to catch the big moves. But this is how you blow your accounts, right? When we went long here, I'm not saying, oh my God, I'm long. Now we're going to break the yearly highs. We're going to 60K. Let's go, guys. We are simply approaching each level and assessing the situation. And that's how we're able to get into these trades, whether it's short, whether it's long. This is how we do it. It is by not getting emotional and not being fanatic about picking a direction and then just sticking to your plan because we think we know everything. We are very aware. One of the best things you could do for your trading career is understand that you do not know where price is going to go. You could find the probabilities, but prepare in both situations, right? That's how you're going to increase your win rate and just guarantee your highest probability of making money no matter what price does. Why would you pick? Why would you just pick one thing to stick to when you can literally just make money in every way, shape, or form, right? It goes sideways, sideways, we scalp the range. It goes up, we're in the longs from the bottom of the range. It goes down, we're in the shorts from the top of the range. There is money to be extracted from this market in every little crevice. And I just don't see the point in sitting out of all these moves and just like picking a direction and just waiting for it to only go up or only go down. And you could even be in a long and a short at the same time, right? So beautiful, depending on your exchange. I know FEMEX and BingX do let you long and short at the same time, but that's basically what we're looking for, guys. If we flip that value area low to support, which I could probably just mark out here on the Bybit chart as well, it is a little bit of a less crowded chart. I think we can make it a little bit easier to understand or a little bit easier to palette here. You flip this value area low, and that is kind of the first sign where I'm thinking, hey, might be able to get that move up, and we are starting to play with it, right? And then once you crack that yearly high, 50,776, and then above that, 54,439 would be the next target. And again, right, I'm never up here on this live stream saying, guys, we are going to $50,776. I'm never going to do that, right? It would have to be a very, very clear signal, right, for me to do that. I am not saying that. What I'm saying is, if this, then that. This is a game of trapping, not a game of hunting. So if we come up, we have a plan to make money. Just like when we came down here, we had a plan to make money on the bounce back to the upside. So there you go, guys. Those are the key levels we're looking at. And to be quite honest, I think I might, keep everybody too prepared, right? Because this is all stuff that we've been looking at. We are simply just seeing price do what we were looking for, right? Think of it this way. I was actually talking to Tony D earlier today about this. If you can have a case for the move up and have a case for the move down, and you can capitalize and make money on both of those moves, that is, you're always right, right? And it's different than just being like, oh, you just say it's going to go up or down, and then you're right if it goes up or down. It doesn't matter. It's not about being right, right? Like, it literally being right means nothing. It shouldn't matter to you whether you're right or wrong, because basically your plan should be you have two hypotheses, right? All you need is one of those things to happen. You need it to pump or dump instead of just being like, please pump, please pump, please pump. Wait for it to pump and then react off the levels it hits, or wait for it to dump and react off the levels it hits instead of just praying for a move. So just keep that in mind. You can always be right if you have a plan in either direction. Like you're not going to win every trade. I want to be very clear. You're not just going to win every single trade if you do that. But it gives you the highest probability to make money no matter what. It's because I was talking to Tony and I was like, dude, it's weird because I don't always know what Bitcoin's going to do, but I'm always taking advantage of every single move. And I think there's a misconception out there that people think you have to be right, 100% right 100% of the time, or you have to just guarantee that what you say is going to happen, but you don't. Right, I could think right now, guys. Based off the daily, unless we have that money flow come back up, I'm still leaning more bearish until that money flow comes up a little bit more. It's very close to kind of confirming the fake out to get a bigger move up, but not yet. But I'm not just banking all my money on that happening. I don't care if I'm wrong, because if I'm wrong, I'm right. Does that make sense? That's the way you want to look at this stuff, and that's the way you really make money. All right, let's continue on here. Rob the Crypto Snob said check Super Chats. I almost said check Aztecian and Cactus Moss Water. Let's see. Why are the 15, 30, 45, 90-minute, 1-hour bear divs not so significant of importance? We'll take a look. Shout out to IN. We'll take a look at that in just a second. What I will do is, we'll go over that in just a second. But let me check these dang Super Chats. Hang on one second. I did not see the Super Chats. Let me pull them up real quick. Let's see. Shout out to Ron Adopter. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you so much for that Super Chat. I appreciate you, brother. He says, hi, please tell me something positive for XRP in this situation with Bitcoin and all the alts. Thanks. Shout out to Ron. We will take a look at XRP, and I will try to tell you something positive. But I'm going to be honest with you, Ron. If it's not good, I gotta shoot it to you straight, bro. I don't want to give you false hope, and then you wind up, making the wrong decisions. Not that you should make decisions based off what I say, but I just know people watching on YouTube, sometimes they take what you say seriously, and I feel a responsibility to be 100% honest and not mislead people. So there you go. I will take a look at XRP, and I will try my best to give you that good news. Shout out to Dave Digital, said I heart volume profiles. Dave Digital, I heart you, bro. Thank you for being here. As always, happy to have you. And that new profile picture, bro, I love it. Straight nostrils. I saw you guys joking about that in the chat the other day. And shout out to Hazard Shot. Thank you for the $20 super chat, bro. Let's go. You're the man. Thank you so much for that. Said subbed and watching you for 1 year on Monday. I put my first leverage trade in yesterday and was successful. Learned so much from you and the whole Mafia. My spot bags are on fire, and I'm literally changing my life thanks to you all. Shout out to Hazard Shot. Let's go. Celebrate for him a little. Let's go. That's what the Mafia is all about. Let's go. Shout out to Hazard Shot. I love to see that, bro. Congrats on your success. And if we had anything to do with it, that is the most fulfilling thing that I could ever experience in my life. Shout out to Hazard Shot. You did not have to send that $20. I appreciate you so much, bro. And again, congrats. And I want people to realize he's been watching for a year, and he just put his first leverage trade in yesterday. Hazard Shot, you are doing this correctly. And I'm not saying if you got into a trade before watching me for a year, you did it wrong. Not saying that at all. But what I am saying is it takes time to learn the skill of trading, right? And you don't want to just jump into stuff. You want to learn, make sure you fully understand it, and then start nice and slow. Everybody wants to get rich overnight, and it is very, very unlikely to happen. Almost not going to happen, right? I can't say 100%, but very unlikely to happen. I love that you've been kind of sitting back, watching, learning, and you finally decided to execute. And it probably has a big reason to do with why you actually won those trades. So shout out to Hazard Shot, and shout out to Jay Gilly. Says, did you see at Hazard Shot Super Chat? Jay Gilly, thank you for the reminder. I didn't before, but now I did. Shout out to Jay Gilly. Thank you so much for the super chat, bro. But guys, let's go ahead and jump back into these charts. That's what I'm looking at on Bitcoin, guys. Plain and simple. Key levels above 46K, 47.8, and then above that, that's where you're getting into the potentially break the yearly high zones, which we will be looking at these buy bit levels above, which we just went over. I'm not gonna go over it again, but there we go. Let's see. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Said, Tyler, new phone, who dis? Crypto Billy, new phone, who dis? I got to text you after this, Billy. I actually meant to text you earlier today. But shout out to Crypto Billy. Let's get it. Do you earn more money from trading or YouTube? I don't know. I don't actually trade real money. I only trade demo accounts, guys. Remember, it's all fake money. Let's see. Jay Gilly says, hey, Frankie, does Mrs. Candles get jealous of Bitcoin? I don't know if she gets jealous of Bitcoin, but she definitely doesn't get jealous of the Mafia, but she's always just like, you were just hanging out with your friends for so long, right? I get off my stream, I go meet up with her, and she's just like, man, you hang out with your friends more than you hang out with me. She calls you guys my friends, which is the fact of the matter. But yeah, she gets jealous of the time that I spend with you guys. But yeah, no, I guess she gets jealous of the charts, but it could be any chart. I could be looking at gold, and she'd be jealous of that chart. I do give him a lot of attention. Let's see, Happy Days. Let's see. Happy Days said, I bet you're rich from demo accounts. Yeah. Oh, it was real money. Yeah, if it was real money, I would be rich. Shout out to Happy Days. Let's see. Crypto Pollo, what is going on, bro? Said, I trade Bitcoin. Let's go. Shout out to Crypto Pollo. Let's go. Anyway, from one farm animal to another. But guys, if you want to see your favorite altcoins, go ahead and spam them in the chat. Rob the Crypto Snob will count up the votes and let us know what we're looking at. And we are going to start. Does everybody get it on Bitcoin? We are simply looking at the very similar levels we looked at yesterday. We are just simply seeing this stuff play out. But let's see. Bada boom. In all seriousness, so I forget who asked that question about YouTube money. YouTube, don't ban my channel. But YouTube don't pay that well. Now, when you have an amazing community like the CandleMafia, and you get super chats and you get love like the CandleMafia shows us, then that's like most of our YouTube revenue, guys, like our ad revenue, we don't get much ad revenue. It's very like negligible for the most part. But the super chats and the gifted memberships, shout out to the Mafia, that is where a lot of our YouTube revenue comes from. But yeah, YouTube, you really gotta, I've seen the back end of a lot of big YouTube channels. You gotta have a lot of subscribers to get a lot of money from YouTube. But let's see. Shout out to Tony D. Said, maybe you should start looking at diamond charts. Shout out to Tony D. Is that a hint? What is that? Tony D, you better not be pushing me. But anyway, shout out to Tony D. Let's go ahead, guys. I want to take a look at Ethereum really quickly here. And here, not too much has really happened on ETH, guys, to be honest. We were at the value area high. We got a breakout of the range. Now, key level of support right now, in my own opinion. God, shout out the Wolfman, ate my crypto. Shout out the Wolfman. He said, oh, yeah, we can look at diamond charts together. Shout out the Wolfman. Somebody let me know. Is there a chart that I could look at that shows me the value of diamonds? Let's see. Shout out to Chad or Wick589. Shout out to Wick. He changes his name so much. I love it. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you for the super chat. He says, can we call this the alt rock hour from now on? Nickelback is my favorite. Look at this graph. Shout out to Wick. I literally know exactly what you're talking about. Yes, we could call this look at this graph section. Yes, 100%. Shout out to Wick589. This is now the Nickelback altcoin hour. Let's get it. Shout out to Ron Adopter said, please tell me something good for XRP. Ron, we're going to take a look at it right after Ethereum. And shout out to Dr. Crimson's girlfriend. What is going on? It says, Mrs. Candles can come hang with me and the Mafia women. Let's go. Yeah, I don't know. At a meetup, she's going to try to, I don't even know if she'll come to meetups. She is a very, 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 very private person. But if she was at a meetup, she probably would be hidden as a Frankie Candles employee. And we'll have to have a bunch of people so she can mix her up and confuse everybody so no one knows who she is. But let's go ahead and continue on. Don't forget to smash that like button, guys. We will be giving away 5 Frankie Candles hats if we get 550 likes on tonight's live stream. But if we take a look here, key levels on Ethereum aren't going to be what I would really generally be looking at here is the value area, right? Because if we come back down, if we get a little cool off here, we may be able to get a bounce on that value area high, which I can almost promise you is confluence. Yeah, you got that golden pocket directly on that value area high. So what I will do is get rid of this resistance level, and I will actually go ahead and change this to support. So a little bada boom, a little bada bing, a little boom, a little boom right there. So, this is basically, this would be kind of the next key level of support. And it would be very interesting, or I'm sorry, not interesting, but very important, because if we were able to break below that value area high and we lose that 786, that is where the bigger move to the downside can occur. And the daily does still look pretty similar to Bitcoin, guys, with that daily money flow. And here, look at this. If this VWAP rolls back to the downside, gives us a red dot, and that money flow crosses back over. This is still a bearish daily chart, in my opinion, when looking at money flow and market cipher B. But please keep in mind, shout out to Nate Quantum Divergence, jumping into the chat. Bing bong. What is going on, bro? But just keep in mind, guys, this is generally bearish. But again, we have to be very careful for the fake out. So, just being very careful. If that money flow comes up a little bit more here, we could be in store for a fake out to the upside. But other than that, if we get this is how I would handle this, guys. If we were trading ETH, or if I were trading ETH, what I would be doing is, if you can get, right, what are we doing right now? I'm going to get rid of the support level. It's essentially the value area high coming in at 23.91 is going to be the key level that you want to hold on to. 786 is just below. But we would just handle this as a volume profile, guys. You look for a deviation above the range, and this is where you're looking for a short back into the fair value, right? So you come up. This is where you're looking for the short opportunity, as this is an overvalued asset. And then once you get back into the range, and you start rejecting that value area high, this is where you're expecting a move potentially all the way back down to the bottom of the range, where we still have a significant bit of liquidity sitting down here, closer to $2,100. So with that being said, that's kind of the bearish case. The bullish case is, simply put, just like Bitcoin, guys. If we wind up seeing another move up for ETH, I will say, next key target's going to be the golden pocket here, $2,500, and then right above that, you are knocking on the door to that very, very, very saucy level, which is your value area low, or doorway to higher prices, which if we crack that value area low in 786, this is where the real craziness can happen for Ethereum. And if you guys have seen my Ethereum video that we uploaded a couple of weeks ago, I give you my full thoughts on Ethereum, where I think price can go. Hint, hint. If we get into this value area, we could eventually see this fill all the way up to about $3,187. Just like we saw Bitcoin do, just like we saw Chainlink, or not Chainlink is on the start of doing that, potentially, but we saw Solana do this, we saw ICP do this, we saw Ethereum do this at the lower ranges down here. You flip the value area low, fill the whole range to the high. So again, very similarly, you flip this value area low, we could fill this to the high. You also have the Ethereum ETF kind of bullish narrative, right? It's not just the charts that move the price, guys. You have to think, they need that narrative to move price as well, so that Ethereum ETF can easily be the thing that gives us the fuel and the sentiment to see that bigger bullish move to the upside. And if that were to be the case, these are the technicals I'm looking at. Just being very careful at the golden pocket and between the value area low 786, because these will act as resistance before they act as support, right? Because when we approach them, we are likely to get rejections, just like we did up here. This was still a key level on our way up here to flip and get a bigger move up. However, what happened? We wound up rejecting it. They oftentimes will act as resistance until you can decisively flip it to support and then get the fill of the range. So other than that, nothing really too much to talk about here on Ethereum, but there you go. That is what we're looking at. Those are the key levels, and guys, if you want my full thoughts on Ethereum, go check out that Ethereum video that we dropped. I think it says like ETH about to explode ? We cover kind of like I think we covered some news articles. We covered a bunch of stuff in there, giving you my full analysis on Ethereum and why I think Ethereum could do well. All right, let's see. Shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob, said, pin my next comment. Thank you for that, Rob. I appreciate you so much, bro. We got Tyler Durden in the chat. What is going on, brother? Link a day late, but I will take it. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Absolutely. Let's see. Feel that range, or fill that range. Let's feel that range. I like feeling the range. All right, let's see. Let's go ahead and jump. Let's jump into XRP real quick, guys. And then we'll take a look at Solana, Atom, SEI, and Link. All very, very interesting stuff. We have interesting stuff to look at on all those coins. So let's pull up XO charts, I guess. This is XO charts, computer. This is not XRP. That's not what I wanted. Yo, it crashed again? Unbelievable. Guys, all right, stream's over. I'm done. I can't do this. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. I would never just cut out because TradingView pissed me off. All right, let's see. PFP says otherwise, Doc. Shout out to Crypto Crab, man. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Let's see. Crypto Pollo says, Frankie Candles, just play yesterday's clip and you have XRPTA. Absolutely, bro. So, yeah, guys, obviously XRP is not doing too hot. It's not doing bad, right? But it's just kind of lackluster, right? We're just not doing too much. And, I want everybody to kind of note this, right? The XRP is, we saw exactly what we wanted to see on XRP, but it took so long to play out. And sometimes you just get into boring places in the market like that. And same thing on Bitcoin, right? Like we've been waiting for this move up to that next key level right here at 45K. But we bing-bonged around forever before we hit it. But we eventually wound up coming up and snagging that level. Sometimes the TA just takes time to play out. But if you sit with patience, a lot of times your patience will pay you, right? So there you go. Hey, we got Traders Reality in the chat. What is going on, Tino? How you doing? Hey, Tino, I would love to know what you think, bro. Do you think this is going to be a lower high, or do you think we're going to break that yearly level and come up to some higher prices? What are you seeing on the charts, Tino? Let us know. Shout out to Traders Reality, guys. Go check them out. Tino's got an amazing channel over there. Drop in some sauce of his own, and might I say, fire sauce at that. So shout out to Tino, bro. Thank you for stopping by. Drop those Traders Reality emojis popping up. Let's go. Tino, let us know. What are you thinking, bro? What are you thinking? But let's go ahead and, XRP, guys. Obviously, we got to break below this value area low. We got the push down to the POC of this range, which is also the POC of this range. And that was the next likely spot for price to go, right? You get below the value area high, go to the POC, back to the high, back to the POC. Now, this is look at the emojis in the chat, Tino. The Mafia loves you, bro. Let's see. He said, I think February 10th will reveal the truth. Chinese New Year historically moves Bitcoin. Shout out to Tino. Somebody actually did say that in chat. Tino Candles collab. Yeah, we got to have Tino on again very soon here. Yes, that will definitely be coming down the pipes, guys. Yeah, mad love to the Mafia, mad love to the pattern watchers. Let's get it. But yeah, someone was mentioning Chinese New Year just before, talking about how it does typically move Bitcoin. So maybe we will, and I guess February 10th is the day. We only got a few more days left. Time will tell. Let's see. Yeah, let's arrange it. Yeah, let's get it going, Tino. Shout out to you guys. Yeah, we'll have to hop on a call for sure. Guys, drop that Traders Reality emoji if you guys want a Tino Mr. Candles collab. Let's go. All right, let's go ahead and continue on here. And yeah, guys, as far as XRP, like we're simply sitting at the POC of the range. We lose this, in my opinion, the next major level would be to fill this range all the way down to the low at about 44 cents. So other than that, someone said the weekly looked really good. I don't disagree. Your VWAP is coming up, but your money flow is slightly trending to the downside. Now, it's not aggressively trending down. However, it is kind of, it's not coming out aggressively, but it is trending to the downside technically. VWAP coming up could give you somewhat of a bounce, but in my opinion, remember, when you have money flow coming up and a VWAP, if you have money flow coming down and your VWAP coming up, you have to understand money flow indicates the longer term trend. So once that money flow crosses over into the red, this is where you're likely to see a bigger downtrend come in. Now, again, it's too soon to tell if that's going to happen. I'm not saying that we're about to see a big move down on XRP. Kind of mixed signals here, to be honest with you. But right now, I would somewhat be paying more attention to the key levels, which right now, if you lose this level here at 48 cents, almost 49 cents, decisively, that's where you're probably going to get the bigger move down to the value area low, and then that's going to be your next key support. Key level of resistance is simply your value area high. As long as you remain in this range, I would expect price to respect these levels. So really, yeah, shout out to Crypto Pollo. Essentially nothing really new to look at here on XRP. Let's see. Yeah, could be. Frankie Candle's 42-cent wick on XRP to shake out the rest. Definitely could be the case because if you come on over here, the one difference here on XRP is the money flow is already in the red. This could be bottoming out soon, but we'll have to see what happens. I am paying way more attention to the key levels right now on XRP specifically rather than the indicators. Shout out to Dave Digital, said February 10th will reveal the truth. Number 2, shout out to Dave Digital. Dave, this is Rob's birthday, isn't it? February 10th? No, 1976. Rob, no, wait, what are you talking about, Dave? Dave always makes me think with his super chats. It's like a test. Shout out to Seth says, later, Mafia, got a dip. Great job, Frankie. Shout out to Seth. Thank you for being here, bro. I appreciate you. Happy early birthday to the GOAT, Dave Digital. Dave, so I guess that's your birthday. Let's go, bro. Let's see. Yeah, it's got to be his birthday. But Rob, when's your birthday? What day is your birthday? Let me know. I'm gonna write it down right now. If you say today, I'm ending the stream and I'm flying to you, bro, because I can't miss your birthday, my man. Let me know. Or if Rob, if you are still here, let us know. But Dave, your birthday is the 10th. That's fire. If it is, let me know. Dave's birthday is my fourth favorite holiday. Shout out to Dr. Crimson. But let's go ahead and continue on here, guys. And let's take a look at Atom. Or let's take a look at Solana. Bada boom, a little bit of Sol. And here we are, right? Same thing on Solana, guys. I might have to start doing streams. This is, simply put, guys, what were we looking for here? You're within your value area. Not expecting price to do anything too crazy. Could be some kind of a weird inverse head and shoulders here, potentially. But for the most part, guys, this is, for the most part, as we're within this value area, I am not going to be expecting higher prices on Solana until we're able to we have a lot of resistance above. Doesn't mean that we can't shoot up, but we do have a lot of resistance, right? You have this golden pocket of this entire move down, 786 of this entire move down, and then you also have an even more macro 786 that we rejected before, leading up into your value area low. So we have a lot of resistance in this gigantic zone here. So again, you break out of this value area high, you got to get above that 786, but then you're just attacking another. This is a lot of resistance up here. But really the next major key level, in my opinion, if we go ahead and get rid of that 786 that we rejected, there is no way that I'm getting wrecked this bad on TradingView, guys. What is going on with TradingView? Has anyone else had trouble with TradingView recently? I have a feeling it is not TradingView, but it seems like it might be. I feel like if it was a computer issue, it would be like a system error. I don't know. Anyway, hopefully it doesn't crash again. Solana to 0. Let's go. Shout out to Coin Watcher. But let's see. Okay, so let's pull Solana. Unbelievable with TradingView today. All right. So, yeah, again, as long as we remain within this range, guys, I would expect all levels that we've already looked at to get respected. Daily still looks bearish, right? Like money flow coming back up here, but unless it really starts spiking, this is a bearish daily time frame or bearish daily chart on Market Cypher B. So just be aware of that. But again, key level of resistance, 107. Golden Pocket, 786. Key level of support, really now 81 cents. Other than that, I would expect the range to get respected. And then to the upside in more of the macro, value area low is going to be that key level of resistance you got to get above to fill the range up to these higher prices at about $204. Let's see. Let's see. Yo, shout out to $5 for BTC says, so guys, just to let you know, we need to buy Frank a new PC. We need to buy a new PC for Frankie before he loses it. I just flipped the desk. TradingView. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's a brand new PC. Shout out to Tony D. Listen, I'm not a total boomer. I understand computers. It's a pretty powerful machine. It's built to handle some pretty crazy stuff. I don't know if it's because the Frankie Candle studio gets like 1,000 degrees. I don't know what it is, but for some reason, we can't get this thing to stop breaking. I don't know what it is. Let's see. PC is pretty powerful, to be honest. Way more than what's needed to run TradingView. Shout out to Chemistry, bro. Wait, do you know what's in my PC? You must have talked to Tony. Shout out to Chem, bro. Yeah, it definitely should be enough to run TradingView. I mean, I have Exo charts open, but I mean, it's like a top-of-the-line machine. Like, this thing should not be dying on me. But anyway, let's go ahead and move on to Adam, guys. Whew, that Tylenol did just about nothing for my head, guys. I'm not going to lie. Just absolutely just like horrible. All right, let's see. They don't make them like they used to. Shout out to Sudeep, yo. Shout out to Sudeep. They don't make them like they used to. Have you checked your dial-up? Oh, I was going to say is Mrs. Candles on the phone, but Mrs. Candles in New York. Mrs. Candles, get off the phone. I'm trying to send my emails. I'm trying to do emails. All right, let's continue on. Yo, Crypto Crabman. Yeah, that might be the answer. Crypto Crabman says, PC's not running right. Meanwhile, Frankie's got 120 tab opens on Chrome. Crypto Crabman, can you see my other monitor somehow? Shout out to Crypto Crabman. I am a Chrome. I am. I don't want to say I don't want to say that on YouTube, but yeah, I am a. My computer probably hates me, guys. I abuse it. I don't close anything. I leave stuff running for days. It's horrible. But anyway, taking a look here at Adam. I'm going to clear this whole chart. This is old. But let's come on up to the daily time frame here. We got the money flow crossing over into the red. Got a little bit of a bullish divergence here. I think we were looking at this last time on Adam. If we pull our volume profile right here, what is happening, simply put, you are, what is this value area? Is that 70? Yeah, interesting. So you put your daily bull div, right, in right at that value area low, a little bada boom, bada bing, lower lows on your price action, higher lows on your momentum waves, giving you that strong bounce from the upside. What would your target be at this point? It would be that POC, which is where you're sitting right now. Now, if you are able to flip that POC to support, that is where you would be looking for a move up to your value area high at about 11.15. And if we can get some confluence on, there it is, right there, that at Tony D. There he is. It's not the PC. I don't know. What is this? We need to call Steve Jobs. I'm sorry, Bill Gates, I guess. This is Steve Jobs' Apple. Restart. Yeah, it's so funny, guys. Tony D is like constantly trying to fix this computer, and I'm just beating the heck out of it. He'll come here, he'll be like, dude, it's frozen because you literally have 46 Chrome tabs open. And then he asked me to change to a better browser, and I'm just like, procrastinate. Tony D is like is probably pulling his hair out right now. He's probably shout out to Tony D. Let's see. Jobs is dead. R.I.P. Steve Jobs. I didn't mean to laugh at that. I was laughing before I read that. But, yeah, R.I.P. to Steve Jobs. But, yeah. Let's see. Is it plugged in? I got to turn it off and turn it on. Control-Alt-Delete. Yo, you guys are good. What's a better browser for 40 tabs? I mean, I wouldn't know. Apparently, Brave browser is apparently anything other than Chrome would be better. I've heard that from many people. But anyway, lower lows into your value area low here, guys. Gave you that bounce again. If you flip that POC, I would look for a move closer up to this golden pocket at 1120 at your value area high. In my opinion, that would be the next likely stop for price if you got above the POC. And if you come on up to the higher time frames, that weekly VWAP is rolling back up, which could potentially give us some more upside in the medium to long term. Shout out to Dave Digital. Thank you for that super chat. He said, are you using Firefox? I am not using Firefox, just Chrome, just 50 Chrome tabs. And yeah, apparently Brave browser is made by Firefox from what I heard, which is maybe a good thing. Shout out to Retro Mike and Dave. Thank you for that super chat, bro. Yeah, I should try Firefox. Anything other than Chrome. Shout out to Retro Mike said, close the MySpace tab. Your top 8 ain't changing. Come on. There's still hope, Retro Mike. Come on, right? Yo, shout out to Retro Mike. I got to turn off, I got to shut down my Friendster account. Shout out to Tony D. Thank you for the super chat. He said, Mafia, help me out here. Okay, here we go. Help me out here. i9, 12900K, 64 gigs of DDR5 RAM, 6400 megahertz, top of the line SSD. Temps are all good. Trading View is the worst. Frankie's gonna fire me. It's just like the internet, and I'm just like, Tony, you can't build good computers. You're fired. Guys, I could not fire Tony D. Everything would, it would be horrible. This whole thing would fall apart. Shout out to Tony D. Yeah, it is true. Trading View is the only thing that's been crashing. I will say that. All right. Yeah, and then Bitfrog said, Tony, how is that lagging? Yeah, I don't know. Okay, let's continue on here. So that's what I would look for on Atom. And again, that weekly time frame, a lot of these green dots and VWAPs are coming up towards that zero line on the weekly, which is likely to give us bigger moves to the upside. But let's go ahead and move on to SEI. Let's check it out. Or SEIP, as I like to call it. Yeah, trade. Yeah. Let's see. All right. Brave is the browser Mozilla wanted to make originally before Firefox. Interesting. Okay, shout out to Tyler. Said, don't worry, I'll fire Tony for you. Shout out to Tyler. Let's go. Yeah, Tyler, I'm going to have to call you after the stream. We got to talk about Tony. I'm just kidding, Tony. I'm just kidding. All right, let's see. Brave is indeed made by Mozilla. Okay, yeah, interesting. I think Tony's the one that told me that. AOL. All right, you guys are crazy. Okay, yeah, shout out to Crypto Poyo. Said we talked about Hive Mapper in our video on Wednesday. If you guys are interested in learning about Hive Mapper or how you can make money for literally just driving your car around, go check out the video that we dropped yesterday. It's all about Hive Mapper and literally how you can make money for just driving. And yes, we could take a look at Honey for sure. And then we will look at Link as well. Link is something I really want to look at. But on SEI, or SEIP, as I like to say, let's clear this and start a new chart. So very simply put here, guys, I would be looking at this as a range, right? So we pull that volume profile. We deviated from that value area low. Now, I would be cautious of a rejection from this POC based off the money flow on the 12-hour. Not only are you coming out locally here, but you are also coming out with your money flow, I believe. Let me just double check that. Very slightly over time. But money flow is coming out here. VWAP topping out here. Looking ready to roll over to the downside. Once that crosses over the zero line, we will get that red dot, potentially giving us another move to the downside. And if you reject that POC, guys, because of the money flow, right? And then let's take a look at the daily as well. Yeah, daily money flow coming back up. Interesting. Yeah, I would be careful of a pullback here. But your key level of support is definitely going to be your value area low, coming in right here at 60 cents. Your POC and your value area high are sitting at 75 cents as well as 64 cents. So, again, key level of support going to be that value area low. You could look for longs below that if you get that deviation below the range, but I would be careful because of your money flow. Not financial advice. And then, yeah, I would just be looking at this volume profile to be quite honest with you guys. And if I could get some confluence here, yeah, definitely your key level of support is going to be right here. Golden pocket, 786 retracement between about 61 cents and 60 cents. So we come back down. Now, I personally wouldn't be looking to long the deviation below this range because of the money flow, but if you come down to that golden pocket, you could potentially look for a little scalp long, being very careful around that POC, and then once you flip the POC, that's where you can let the rest ride. So, yeah, very simply put, looks very similar to everything else. VWAP starting to roll over. Money flow generally coming out here on your daily. However, you are very close to breaking this high and changing your trend on your money flow, so just be aware of that. Could come into a bigger green wave here. But I would be careful. You're at resistance here. All right, let's see. Let's go ahead and check. Shout out to Crypto Pollo said, here is a Hive Mapper secret. If you buy two and place one face side of your car, you get double. Wait, is that true? Shout out to Crypto Pollo. Is that literally a hack? We might have to reshoot that video just to drop that sauce in there. But yeah, let's go ahead and shout out to Crypto Pollo. Let's go ahead and check out Link. Let's see. Okay, so here we are. Link on Coinbase. As you guys know, simply put, guys, I mean, this is why you do not want to miss any of our pre-recorded uploads because, guys, we literally were looking at Chainlink as we were consolidating down here below our doorway to higher prices where we were looking for a potential breakout of this range to flip this value area low to support and get a bigger move up to not only this weekly level. Like, this is a system error, no? Guys, this is live at Tony D. Wouldn't this be an error on the computer? Let me know. I'm just guessing. But it's just like, it's not a TradingView error, like coming from TradingView. This looks like it coming from the system. But I don't know. I'm an expert in candles, right? Like, I know what smells good. I do not know how to fix computers. So I guess we're going to have to restart here, guys. God. You know what? You know what, guys? I might just go ahead and continue this on Trading Light, which is hilariously a much heavier software or much heavier like I would think is much more resource heavy than TradingView. But I might have to start. I might have to change actual platforms here. Yowie said it's probably the cannoli beans you put in your. It's probably the cannoli beans you put in your tower. How did you know I put cannoli cream in my tower? I thought it would help with cooling. Screw thermal paste. We just use cannoli cream and cannoli beans, whatever those are. All right, let's see. Let's continue on. So taking a look at Link, guys, again, you know, in that pre-record, we were looking for the breakout potentially to this weekly level sitting at about $18. And where did we go to, right? We came right up to that weekly level, got a little rejection, and now we are flipping that level to support, which could potentially be opening the door to break above this level of resistance and get a move up to our next key target, sitting at that naked point of control on the daily at about $22.31. Okay, shout out to Tony D. Said TradingView crashed and caused that message. Thank you very much. I would have been sitting there unknowingly trying to figure out if it was TradingView or the computer. But let's see. Wick knows. Frankie, pull out the blower out of your pocket and clean out that PC. What blower are you talking about? This one? Let's go. I'm blowing it. Never mind, guys. I'm going to walk into a dirty joke here. Anyway, let's take a look at Chainlink. We're flipping this weekly time frame, flipping this weekly level, which could potentially open that door to that naked point of control, sitting at 22.31. And then again, guys, if you want that full kind of analysis on Chainlink, you can check out that Chainlink video I dropped the other day. But at the, you know, in short, we are looking to potentially get above this level. Once you crack that naked point of control, the next likely place for price to go, in my opinion, is going to be this POC / weekly naked point of control, sitting sitting at about $26 to $27 and potentially even get a move up to that value area high at $31.40. So other than that, not too much has changed on Chainlink, to be quite honest with you. Daily still looks a little bit sus in my opinion, but remember, if we get that fake out on Bitcoin on the daily, we are likely going to see other things follow with that move to the upside. All right, let's see. No, Rob, I did not say that. I'm not going to read what you said I said, but that was not what I said. You probably misheard me because this was really loud, so you might have heard me say it, but it wasn't really what I said. Anyway, let's see. Just slap the computer. I mean, I have fixed a lot of electronics by doing that. I'm not going to lie. Dave says, reinstall the desktop software. It's corrupt. You know what's funny, guys? My laptop also blue screened today. I'm literally on my laptop, and I said, Tony, come here. Walk over here. He walks over to me, and I just point. I'm like, I feel like I'm making it up sometimes, like I'm exaggerating. And I'm like, look at this computer. It's like just not working. And then it just blue screened right in front of Tony D. So you guys know I'm not embellishing. I just like attract these technical errors. Tony D. Tony D says, fun fact, Frankie leaves his PC running 24/7. That's not even true. Maybe it is true. But anyway, shout out to Tony D. Okay, let's go ahead and we did link. Let's go ahead and check out Honey really quickly, guys. Shout out to Crypto Poil. Thank you for bringing that up. Let's check out Honey USD or Hive Mapper or Hive Mapper, as some people would say. Let's see. Let me see. Come on. Okay. All right, let's take a look at this. Taking a look at the daily. Not a lot of information here, right? Yeah, it's like barely any info here. But we could analyze the lower time frames here. So on the 2-hour this is kind of wonked out, I'll be honest. You do have a nice little range here. Not a nice range. Let me change that. You have a sketchy wonked out range here. You have your I mean, this is kind of rough, to be honest. You have you're playing red dot, green dot over here. Very, very choppy. I would simply not be looking to trade this. This is a nasty looking chart. However, 2-hour red dot printing. Let's see. This is very, I would not be trading this. However, what I can do here is give you guys the key levels and the potential next move. Now, the higher time frames, again, money flow on the high time frames is just starting to develop here, so I can't really even give a longer term kind of analysis. However, if we pull up the lower time frames, what I can tell you is, let's pull up that VPVR real quick. See where all that volume is sitting. Now, let me also pull some fibs. I want to pull from this swing high all the way to the low, making this, this is going to be a very key level. Now, I'm not saying we're getting up here anytime soon, but if you do get a big breakout, when you get here, that is going to be a very, very big level of resistance. Go ahead and drop this, and then we'll go ahead and... so I would definitely... These are the key levels I would watch. Bada boom. And then locally, these are kind of the more macro levels, in my opinion. And then coming down to a lower time frame, your next kind of major key level to break would be, get rid of this, pull that fib, whatever, there we go. Boom. Yeah, these are kind of big ranges and general levels, guys, but with a wonked out chart like this, and you will have confluence here with a value area low if we pull the range. Bada boom, value area low. I would actually, I would mark that out, right? And then the 786 POC right there. And then, so this is basically what I would be looking at, right? If I would look to respect this range. As long as you remain in this range, I would look to respect the value area low, respect the high, but once you break, Oh, it tried to crash again, and it got nervous. It's like, I think I pissed this guy off enough today. Shout out to TradingView. I don't know what's going on lately. It's never like this. The PC has seasonal depression. Yo, Jay Gilly, bro. That's good. That's good. All right, let's see. Okay, but yeah, this is what I would look at. Once you break out of this range, your next real key levels of resistance are going to be right here. And you can also use this as context into where price will go next. So if you break out, this is where you'll look for the rejection. However, knowing that you have this value area sitting up here, you could use this as context, right? So you mark this out as a previous value area. You can grab your horizontal ray, and then you can go, oh my God, I thought it was glitching again. I hit the wrong button. Oh, God. So you got your POC, your value area high, your value area low. And then right, in my opinion, once you get above that value area low, you got to be careful around the 786. However, once you hold that value area low, you may be able to fill that whole range. So these are the key levels. Golden pocket coming in at 18 cents. POC coming in at 19 cents. And then your value area high coming in at 20 cents. So, we got to respect these ranges. You get the breakout. This is your next zone that you're looking at with context, not just the levels, but with that context. Now Frankie's glitching. What? Say, Dave? What'd you say, Dave? Shout out to Dave Digital. Said PSA. Tony D says PSA from Kembro. Shut your PC down at night. Tony's like, you won't listen to me. Maybe he'll listen to Kembro. Shout out to Tony D. Okay, I will. I'll shut my computer off from now on, guys. But, guys, I think that is all the time I got for tonight's live stream. Honestly, I'll be quite frank with you guys. Again, no pun intended. My head is on fire right now. And I don't know if my computer can handle it. I'm going to turn it off right now and let it sleep until tomorrow. But, guys, thank you all. Wick589, also known as Chad, says Hive Mapper. I hardly hive map know her. Shout out to Wick. But Origin Trader says Ada. Hey, Origin, stick around for the Frankie fake out. You never know if I'm going to be on a fake phone call or if we're just going to do some more TA. So stick around. But with all that being said, guys, nice to see us here at our next target at 45K. Hopefully everyone understands what we've been looking for or looking at the past couple of weeks to anticipate these moves up to this next target that we're sitting at right now. And hopefully you guys can take that information and the techniques and the strategies that we use to call this stuff and apply it to your own TA so you can predict the price action before it starts to move, so you can have a crystal ball of your own, so you don't have to be a slave to the TA here on this channel. But please, still come hang out with us. But with all that being said, guys, that's all the time we got for tonight's live stream. Shout out to Mark Dutch. Shout out to Cryptic Sniper. Said tomorrow it's Chadwang 589. Shout out to Mark. I have a feeling that is definitely what it's going to be now. And then shout out to Jay Gilly, Retro Mike, Crypto Naughty, Dark Crash. We got M-Fold. Hang on. Shout out to M-Fold says, you're not doing your 545 to 745. Biggest faker ever, but those times getting lighter and lighter. Yeah, so we are, I actually did announce this. We are turning this from, we're changing not the time of this stream, but we're changing the length of this stream to kind of add more content at other points of the day. So yeah, we are actually making this shorter and shorter. We're kind of leaning it back closer to an hour 25. But we will be using that extra time to be adding extra content to the other parts of the days because you guys really don't hear from me until 5:45 unless we put a market update out. So we are going to be doing I guess we might change the time. We're trying to figure it out. But yeah, we are doing a little bit of a shorter stream. 2 hours is kind of crazy. Most people leave about halfway through, so it's bad for the YouTube algorithm. But yeah, we will. We have a lot of stuff coming down the pipes that may be, it's probably going to wind up being much better for you guys. But let's see. That was not the deal, Frankie. You said, Dave says extra live stream. We didn't say we're not doing that, Dave. We didn't say we're not doing it. But we have a lot of stuff we got to get into place. So with all that being said, guys, thank you all for tuning in. Smash that like button on your way out. And watch out for a little bit of a pullback on Bitcoin. However, like I said, not in any short positions as of right now, but that could change as soon as I get off this live. So hopefully, even if we get a little pullback, hopefully we can get Bitcoin to continue back to the upside and maybe even break those yearly highs at 49K. So with all that being said, we'll see you tomorrow, same place, same time, right here, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Frankie Candles YouTube channel. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
I need all the wins, yeah. Ain't no L's, I gotta get it, no call it quits, yeah. Gotta keep on moving no matter how hard it gets, yeah. Better move out the way, cause I'm coming with harder hits. My head is as hard as a brick, but I'm harder than all of this. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. My heart on my sleeve. Shield my greed. That's how I get it. Success ain't no giving. Some days I don't eat, I don't sleep. When I'm focused, I'm dangerous. Down, wonder when I'm anxious. Ain't no limit till I tank. I'm running on fumes. The opposition don't amaze. The roads racing through the pavement. Get your hands out of my bag. I know that's because I've been in it. I don't need the brag. I guess that's what happens when you taking care of your business. But some family, you do the math. I'm out of my pocket. Houston, we got a problem. I ain't perfect. Let them watch me elevating. Got them noxious. Cause I'm the pilot in the cockpit. Nose diving in the house. And woo. Watch out, get ahead. Watch out, get ahead. Watch out, get ahead. Woo. Watch out, set it up. Bet you I shut it down. Watch out, get a win. I don't think they really wanna come against the winner. Got a finger run up in on a grenade. I ain't never been there when you think you compare. I'm a line, but the one up on the cage. I need all the wins. Yeah. Ain't no L's, I gotta get it, no call it quits. Yeah. Gotta keep on moving no matter how hard it gets. Yeah. Better move out the way, cause I'm coming with harder hits. My head is as hard as a brick, but I'm harder than all of this. You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look at Cardano. Did I scare anybody? I love when I jump on here super quick, super loud, and people are like, oh, that guy just scared me to death. But let's go ahead. Mark Dutch said 300 likes. I'm disappointed. Shout out to Mark Dutch. Smash that like button. There's still time, guys, while we're here on the screen. But taking a look at Cardano, guys, simply put, the power of the volume profiles. We broke down below our range. This was a while ago. But what did we do? We broke down below that value area high. Next likely stop for price to go is that POC. We got the bounce back to the high, back to the POC, and now we are simply back at that high, knocking on the door, looking for a potential breakout. If we do wind up getting that push out of here, let me actually go ahead and pull this a little bit lower and update these levels. A little bada boom, a little bada bing. This is that next key level, right? If we get the breakout, I would be careful of rejections at this point, but we are creeping on that value area low. Let me actually go ahead and move this. Actually, no, I'll move down to a lower time frame. So this value area low sitting at about 57 cents is going to be your next major key level, right? Because if we can get above that golden pocket, that's where we could flip the value area low. And then once you hold that level of support, you could potentially see a move up to your POC sitting at about 60 cents. However, that 786 is going to be in the way, so you're going to have to keep an eye on that as well. But for the most part, once you break out of this range, guys, the next place I would expect price to go is that value area low, and then once you flip it, you're simply looking at the context of that volume profile, looking to get a move to the POC at 60 cents, and potentially that value area high at 64 cents. Now, taking a look at your daily, it is looking a little bit more bearish with your money flow crossing over into the red. Green dot confirmed. That is likely... not really too much to take away from that VWAP. It could come up. It could come down. However, your 2-day green dot is printing. That is a little bit of a better sign. Green dot on the 4-day. 5-day looking to print the green dot as well. Money flow not looking as hot. However, yeah, VWAP's coming up on the 6-day and 5-day. Could get a move up, but these are the key levels I would be looking at, guys. Simply a game of volume profiles. Would break above this level, looking to shoot into this range. Coming down to the 4-hour. Red dot looking to print. So remember, you are at resistance here, right? This does look like bullish consolidation, right? This looks like this wants to break, right? A little pop ski. Looks like it is already popping out there. Bada boom. Come on. Yeah, so this could be a breakout here, but I would be careful just because you are at the value area high, which is typically where we look for shorts, and Yeah, I think you could get a move up, but I would be careful, right? Because that 4-hour red dot is looking to print. You're at key resistance. So even if you get the push up here, this is exactly what I'd be cautious of, right? Green dot printing here on the 1 hour. Maybe that breaks you out of this pennant. You get a push up, maybe even up to the golden pocket, but I would be careful of a bearish divergence forming here, which would likely give you at least some kind of a cool-off, right? So very, very locally, I would look for a potential push-up. And then if you hit resistance, put in that bear div on the 1 hour, I would expect a retracement. But if you flip that value area high to support, that will allow you to attack these higher prices, bringing you to this upper range, which could open the door to 64 cents. So with all that being said, Mafia, I will see you guys right here, 5:45. That was a little A to TA, but we'll see you same place, same time. You know the rest. That's all I got. Shout out to Savage Trades, All Set, Jay Gilly, Mark Dutch, Post, and Dark Crash, and Donato Cabrera. Shout out to you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Hasta pasta. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on a roll, here we go, yeah we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command, like, yeah, you about to see me on demand, like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, man, we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't ever going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on a roll, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on a roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on a roll, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on a roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go. On a roll, here we go, here we go.